So this is how you need to mark the zone. The zone marking was really important, which I wanted to explain you guys. And for the buy side, I also explained, you see over here. So this is your SNRC2 buy. How you need to mark the zone? First, you need to put the line over here. This is your resistance. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we will talk about our next topic, which is SNRC2. In my previous video, I explained basic stuff of Bystra strategy, and last time I wrote it everything on TradingView. I thought to put it on some proper documentation, so I prepared these slides. Everything is written on over here, and I will go through one by one what I have explained in last video, and then we will move on to our next topic, which is SNRC2, our main topic. So multi-time frame analysis is behind every great setup. So if you are following any strategy, either it's a BBMA, Bystra, or any other strategy, multi-time frame analysis is behind every great setup, because multi-time frame is the key for a good setup. So keep in mind. And best confirmation is in engulfing body candle. I explained it in my last video regarding engulfing bodies, which are valid ones and which are not valid ones, and double Marubozu, which are valid and invalid double Marubozu. I explained in very detail in my last video. If you haven't watched it, you can go to my channel and watch it. Double Marubozu we consider as a weak confirmation, and many people send me a message that for weak confirmation, do we need to consider that a risky setup? So yes, we do consider the risky setup as well. I personally do consider it, and if you want to avoid it, just simply don't take trade for the risky setup. If you find that something is inside wick or double Marubozu and you feel like it's a risky setup, just avoid it. This is the best advice I can give you, and you can save your capital. Just stick to the setup A, which is inside the body candle of engulfing. So that is the best thing you can do. Stick to one thing, and consistency is the key in trading. And regarding the question people are asking me, do we take the risky setups as well? So I personally do take it, but I reduce my lot sizes. So I calculate my lot, I manage my money. Trading itself is risky. When you go to open an account on a brokerage, XM, IC Market, Just Market, name it, every broker wrote on their website that trading is risky, and many people lose their capital. 90% of the people lose their capital. So they say that it's risky, but still people are doing it. Still people are trading it. So this is the answer to your question. If the setup is risky, just manage your money. You can reduce your lot size. You know that the setup is risky, then you reduce your lot size simply. So many people message me, so I thought to clear this thing. So what we do in Bystra strategy is like we find a setup in a lower time frame. Let's say H1, H4 daily, and we move on to the higher time frame and find an engulfing body candle or double Marubozu. I'm writing double Marubozu as a DMD. So I'm going through what we have discussed in the last video. We already discussed in detail about engulfing and double Marubozu. I'm showing the engulfing candles, which are the valid ones and which are the invalid ones. These are the invalid ones. I shared in my last video in very detail, so you can watch it if you haven't watched it. Entry points are 4 entry points in whole Bystra strategy. So you need to keep practicing to find those structures. I explained in detail about rally-based rally and drop-based drop in my last video, because these two are related to SNRC1, and this I included in this video RBD and DBR, rally-based drop and drop-based rally. This is related to SNRC2, so I thought to include this in as well. So at the moment my slides are very less, only 16, because only SNRC1 and SNRC topic is involved in this, and some other basic stuff. But I will keep adding stuff into this slide. So rally based rally, this is the structure. Uh, when people are explaining, when I am explaining, I will mark rally based rally like this, but it doesn't mean that in the charts you will find exactly the same thing. This is rally based rally, but also this is also rally based rally in some context. See over here, rally base, and then this is also a rally based rally, but this one is the perfect example, so I point it out over here. Same thing, drop base drop, drop base drop. This is visuals of the charts I explained in the last video, and this is something I'm explaining now, and I will show you in the charts how it looks like. It's rally base drop, rally base drop. So base can be a multiple kind in rally base drop, so don't get confused about it. Rally base drop. So same thing for drop base rally, drop base rally. So base can have multiple candles. Over here you can see one, two, these two, these three, four candles are as considered as a base, and this is rally. We'll discuss it in detail. So Bystra F5 setups: SNRC1, SNRC2, QM, QMC, QMM. SNRC1 I already explained in the last video, but many of you have messaged me regarding the marking. Marking was not clear, so I thought to include SNRC1 one example and show you mainly how to mark the zone. Zone marking is really important. I mean, the definition is very clear. I'll show you the SOPs as well. Definition is very clear, and you can note down the definition and look at the charts and find the setups inside. But the main thing is marking, where many traders fails. Many traders took losses, and after that this is setup didn't work because they didn't mark the zone properly. And there are some zones which are risky zones. Those you will find out when you are keep practicing. Then also I will show you time to time. For me, setups are the chances for us to take position in the market with a more precise and safer way. We don't just get into the market without knowing anything or randomly. These are the setups we look in the market and then we trade, because those are the tested setups by many good traders, and those works very well. And if you back test it, it works really well. With setup, we don't enter blindly. We definitely look for confluency inside the setups as well. Setups are also part of the plan, big play plan, whether you win or lose. So losses are also part of the trading. So don't mm, mm, don't get sad when you face some losses. So losses will make you stronger, and you should come up with more strength. And we cannot drive the market, we cannot read the market, we can only predict through our setups and take entry. What does it mean? That we cannot drive market? Definitely we cannot drive the market. And why I said that we cannot read the market, we cannot read the market, what will happen, and how market react, nobody knows about it. We only predict through our setups. If we saw SNRC1 setup, we can predict that okay, market will come and respect to the zone. Maybe it won't respect it, but this setup works most of the time. This setups work most of the time. All of them works most of the time. So these are our predictions for the future market, that market might respect to our setup, but nobody knows either it will respect or not. But most of the time it works very well. And these are that's why I wrote it over here. These are the chances for us to take a position in a safer way, not just randomly. So that's why I wrote it over here. And I would like to add one more thing that I wrote in my previous video, that blind spot MEF as well I will explain in my Bystra series. That I didn't wrote it over here because that is not a part of F5, but I will explain it SNRC1 is a continuation setup. So SOPs for the SNRC1 is entry point is rally based rally or drop based drop, which I showed you visuals, and I will also explain it in this video as well. Strong support or resistance confirmation is a higher time frame must be an engulfing body candle or double Marubozu. All three rules must met for good entries if setup is not inside higher time frame body, instead inside wick of engulfing candle. That setup is risky. If you don't want to take risk, simply avoid it. This is what I explained you earlier as well. So we can look into the charts as well. This is example of SNRC1 buy. Strong resistance broke to the upside, came back in, and then fly. This is really important that it broke the resistance and came back in and then fly. Many people send me like this, that this is the resistance, it didn't broke, but it came back directly from here, a little bit of reaction to this and then fly. That is not a perfect SNRC1. That is a risky one. That might work, but the good one is that it broke above and came back in and then fly. And this is our entry. So the best entry is this is the line which we mark over here, and the below part of the base, or sometimes it just react directly from the upper this resistance as well. I will show you what I'm talking about. I will mark this. I will show you how we can mark the zone. So this is SNRC1. So this is the support, and this is a strong support. We need to look for the strong support. Drop is drop. So drop is drop is like it dropped below, it broke it, came back inside, and then go down. Then this is means this is a perfect SNRC1 cell, and we put a line on it and then mark the zone. And this is how we can do that. And there is an easy way to find SNRC1 on the mark on the charts. I will show you. Don't get confused. Okay, okay. Let's see SNRC1 on the charts. So I will show you how you can find in an easy way about SNRC1. So what you need to find is rally based rally, and for the rally based rally, it's a resistance. See, rally based rally, and it's a resistance which we need to find. And for drop based drop, it's a support we need to find. So let's say if I found this rally based rally, is there any resistance over here? No, there is no resistance. So I will not consider this one. No, we need to see the previous thing, not the one which is already been tested and broken. Rally base rally, is there any resistance? There is one, but this is not the good one. This is not proper. We need proper something like this, a A shape, big A shape. So there is no A shape. A slight A is also, this can also, this can, we can consider it, but here is nothing really this rally. So this is the best way to find rally base rally. So we need to look at the left side. Is there any resistance? No, there is no resistance. This is resistance on the upper side. Many people send me this, that this is SNRC1, but this is not SNRC1. It didn't broke above. How it can be SNRC1? Can you tell me like how it can be SNRC1? It didn't broke up above. If it broke above, then it says SNRC1, but it's not. So don't consider this as an SNRC1. Okay. Yeah, this is SNRC2. If you see over here, and it came back in, this is SNRC2. Anyways, we are not talking about SNRC2, but we will and see respect this SNRC2 as well. But we are talking about SNRC1. So the best way to find SNRC1 is just find rally based rally and see is there any resistance. Just find drop based drop and see if there is any strong support which got broken, like over here. See, Just find drop base drop and see on the left side is there any strong support is available or not. So this is the best and easy way to find it, instead of just looking at the support and then see if there is any resistance, or sorry, rally based rally or drop based drop. Easy way is rally based rally. Is there any resistance on the left side? No. Rally based rally, is there any resistance? Yes, there is one. So we will see this is the perfect, it cuts above and come back below and then fly. If you want to see it on the line chart, you can see it. So you can see over here, it properly cut above and then came back and then fly. This is a perfect example of SNRC1. Many people mark it in a different way. So once you see this thing, which is really important, rally based rally and strong resistance, you can see this A is a big A. It is clearly visible. And this is what I showed over here in the example. So you have to find exactly the same thing. If you find a random thing in the market and taken it and it get failed, then don't blame that I explained it in wrong way. So you have to find it something like this, not random stuff. So if it cut above, came back in and then fly, this is SNRC1. So I marked it over here as SNRC1. And how to mark the zone, so I will explain you on over here, then I will move to the line chart. So once we find this strong support and rally based rally, let's go to the SOPs. Entry point, rally based rally, we found the rally based rally, we found the strong resistance as well. And the third thing is we need to find the confirmation. So before marking the zone, we'll go to the higher time frame and see the confirmation. Okay, let's put this line over here to see if we found anything, a double Marbozu or body candle. Is it this? Oh, so many lines. Okay, this is the one. So this comes under inside the double Marbozu, and this is the perfect example, perfect double Marbozu. This and this is double Marbozu, and this is really perfect double Marbozu. If you haven't watched my previous video how to mark the double Marbozu and which are the valid ones, you can watch the video and you will understand what I'm talking about. So this is a valid double Marbozu, and we checked high time frame confirmation is done. High time frame confirmation must be done involving body candle or double Marbozu. For double Marbozu, I'm writing it as DMD. Okay, so this is the valid one. So we'll move to our SNRC1. Let's okay, so we know that it's working. Okay, so how to trade this? Reduce. Okay, so this is the perfect SNRC1. How to mark the zone? This is really important. The marking of the zone is in a different way. So you have to define the marking of the zone by yourself in a different way. I'll show you the marking. The zone marking is this base candle. This base candle. So full base candle is your zone. Wicks are also included because sometimes market come and hit the wick and fly. So this wick is also part of it. But I always stick to this resistance and this body thing. I always stick to this one. If it flies, I don't chase it. So this is the best thing you can do as well. And like, don't waste your money. What I do it is I do it like this. But sometimes I do consider the wick as well. Why? I when I mark the zone, I check it. What is the pip size of this marking of the zone? So it shows 100 pips. It's too big. 100 pips too big. Really big zone. It's although it's a daily, but still it's a big zone. So I reduce it to this one and this. Okay, and this is our zone now. We reduced it to 58 pips. So this is the best zone for the entry, and our entry will be over here inside the zone. Okay, I will put it over here inside our zone, and this will be our stop loss. Sometimes we have to put it just below this base wick over here, and again it becomes a little bit big, but it's just 70 pips, and 70 pips are okay because it's a daily zone. If it is H4 zone, I will go for maximum 40 pips or 45 pips, not more than that, and at least 1.2. So this is our 1.2, and some of you can also hold it. It depends on pair to pair. This is something that you have to identify by yourself. This pair is GBP JPY, and you know that GBP JPY is like all time, like on the buys, on the continuation side, always on the continuation side. So you can easily achieve 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 as well. So if you are opening two trades, just hold one trade for 1 to 5 or 1 to 4. So this is 1 to 2. We are risking, okay, so we are risking 89 pips. I don't want to risk 89 pips, but for the safe side, just below this base wick. So this is just over here, yeah, 90 pips, and we are achieving 1 to 2. Okay, 186 pips. So this is how you need to mark the zone, and you need to calculate the zone. If the zone is like 50 pips including the wick, so consider the wick as well. Again, I'm repeating, the zone marking is can be different on a different ways. Sometimes you have to include wicks as well, depending on the zone, how big the zone is. I checked the zone was really big, so I reduced it. I will stick to body, and if the zone is very small, then I will include the wicks as well, and I can put my stop loss below this wick. This is how I will do it, and this is you should also do it. And if setup is not got hit and flies, don't feel regret, because setup will keep forming, so you don't need to regret it. So see over here how I marked it. I marked it through the body candle, and it is the perfect on the line chart as well. So let's see how it plays out. So this is the complete SNRC1 zone now. So it's coming now. Okay, we'll move it. It didn't got hit yet. So it hit over here. I moved it over here because this is the complete SNRC1 now, and then market chasing to the entry point. So it came over here. First, it gives us the reaction over here from the body. So let's see what was the first reaction. First reaction went like 40 pips up, or maybe 85 pips as well. And then this one is also testing it again the second time. Okay, I will make it big. Okay, wow. So see, I told you that you can achieve even bigger RR. It depends on pair to pair. If you can see, the pair has long history of continuation. See over here, long history of buying side. So if you find any something like this buying opportunity, then you can hold it for a longer RR, big RR. So you see over here, it's just nearly 400 pips. So this is how you can achieve it. But I marked it 1 to 2 because we need to save the profit as well, and then we can hold some of the layers. Or if you open 2 trades or 4 trades, just close 2 and hold 2 trades, or just close 3 and hold 1 trade. So if one trade is goes like break even, which should not get hurt, which should not be an issue if it get hit break even. So this is how you can mark the zone. Okay, so always check this rally, base rally, and see if there is any resistance. So this, there is resistance, but this is below. This is not a perfect example of SNRC1. It didn't came back in. Coming back inside is really important. See, over here or over here, this is not a perfect example. See, it's not coming back inside. It's just taking rejection from here, from the resistance zone. This is not considered as a valid SNRC1. So this is really important how you are marking it. Okay, although it came back to the zone, but this is not the way to mark it. Otherwise you will lose the win rate, because the win rate will not be good, and you can, there is higher chances that you can lose money with this kind of setup. Okay, and also the same way you need to find drop base drop, and then see on the left side if there is any strong support. So the same way over here. So video is going big. I explained in very detail again SNRC1, and I can I cannot control myself to explain everything inside the video, and I can't explain everything in 5 minutes or 10 minutes of video. And if I explain it in 5 minutes of video, and then you will end up with a lot of questions. And I don't know how to make short videos, and so sorry for that. So now we'll move on to the SNRC2, and I will make this a bit short because zone marking is really important. So I will explain the zone marking, how you can mark the zone. So SOP for the SNRC2 is strong support or resistance, same thing. And entry point is drop base rally or rally base drop. This is our entry point. And confirmation is the same: higher time frame, double Morbozo, or engulfing body candle. And this is also the same thing, that all three rules must met for the good entries, otherwise it will be a risky trade and you can simply avoid it. So visuals of SNRC2, how it looks like: it looks like this high high, high low, high high, high low, high high, high low. So this is the continuation trend, and we find a strong resistance, again same thing, and we will see this drop base rally. So resistance got broken on to the upside, and then it came back with a structure of drop base and then rally. So we need to mark with resistance this resistance and this base until over here is our zone, a perfect zone. It for SNRC2 is also the same. We need to calculate how big the zone is, and according to that we will take our entries. And for the sell side is also the same: strong support and rally base drop. So strong support got broken to the downside and then came back inside, and then went down again. So this is our SNRC2 with the rally base drop. So why we were considering like this? Because this rally base drop coming back in is many candles, and you, if you see the note, uh, this difference over here, if you see the difference over here on SNRC1, this is strong resistance and it broke with one candle and then fly. So it has to be a one candle, and for SNRC2 it can be a multiple candle. When it's more than one or two candle, that is a perfect example of SNRC2. If it is more than one candle, that is not SNRC1. Okay, so then consider it SNRC2. So for SNRC1 it should supposed to be a one candle. When it broke above, one candle came back in and then fly. That is SNRC1. Same thing for SNRC2 as well, sell side. So let's get into the charts and see one example. Initially I thought I will share two examples with you, but the time is short and video is becoming big, so I will show you only one example. Or either it's a sell or buy side, we'll see. I think it's a sell side. I already marked the zone. I will not find it in front of you because it will take a bit longer time. The one which I took trade, and I noticed that there is one. So I will show you this one. Start new, and here what we need to do is we need to mark the zone. This one is really nice, RR, which I took 1 to 5, and it was really one. This was the QM buy, but I will show you when there is a ton of QM buy, and those are the most good setup. SNRC2 I take very less. My favorite ones are SNRC1, QM buy, and QMM. QMC also, it's I don't rely on this trend line thing. I mean, it's good to have one. Sometimes I checked as a confluency, but main is QM by QMR, QMM. Anyways, let's stick to SNRC1. Let's play and find out the SNRC1. And this was the zone which I marked, but I will remove it. So let's find. So if you find difficulty to find SNRC2, then just move to a line chart and you will find it easy to recognize. So this is continuation setup form, line chart, and you see over here it should not break this above high. Okay, and this is a perfect V shape, and it this, let me mark it over here and make this screen big. Let's zoom it out. Okay, if you see over here what I explained you in my SOPs, that it should cut inside. So this resistance, sorry, this support got cut inside and then came back, then go down again. So this is a perfect example of SNRC2. So this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then again form lower low. So I'm expecting the market come to this zone and then again form another lower low. And this is what I explained you. Strong support, it came back, it it broke this support and came back in with the rally base drop, and this is what it happened, this rally base and then drop. Let's move to our candlesticks, and this is the base. This is rally and it forms a base. Its base is itself is also a resistance, and then fly down again. So how to mark the zone, that's the main thing which we need to learn over here. So after this marking, you can see over here, this is the perfect marking. So after the marking of the this support, strong support, we mark the strong support. So from strong support, this is as a support, and the the base thing which forms as a resistance, this is our the next target marking zone. So this is our marking of the zone. Okay, so our zone is completed. So we need to mark the line on support and the resistance, which is the base thing. See over here, this rally base drop. So this base, top base, is itself is a resistance, and it makes this resistance which we are calling over here as a base. This is what it forms over here. So we mark this line over here, and this is our perfect zone. So zone is this perfect zone, support, and the higher side, this is the resistance which we marked it, resistance. So when the market SNRC2 form, you need to make a horizontal line for support, and market break it down and came back inside this support zone, and then again break it to the downside, then form perfect resistance. Then we'll mark this and as a this is as a zone. And also make sure that this base should not break this one, otherwise this is not an SNRC2. So and that is like common common thing in SNRC2, that sometimes it break above and then came back down, then we don't need to consider it. So strong support, it broke down and then came back inside this support, formed a base, and then came back down to the downside, created this resistance. So we mark this zone. This is how you need to mark the zone. And this next thing is I'm on h4, and we need to move to the daily to find if this is an body okay, yeah, this is a perfect double Marbozu. You can see over here, this is valid double Marbozu, and we can consider this as a confirmation, because if you check the SOPs, we need to check the confirmation double Marbozu or body candle. So this is setup B, not a setup A. Setup A is body candle of engulfing body candle. So if I'm taking a one standard lot size for setup engulfing body setup, and then for this kind of setup, which is double Marbozu in setup B, I will reduce it to the half 0.5 standard lot size. So this is how you need to calculate it. I'm just giving you an example. So first which I forgot to check, this is our mark zone. This is 15 pips. So when the zone is very small, the zone marking is remains same, but this, the base, this is the base, and I also include the wicks as well. So your stop loss will remain above these wicks. Okay. Or maybe if you want to mark it like this, you can also mark it like this. This is the whole zone, because sometimes market test this as well, and sometime market come and fly from this wick as well, the base wicks. Okay. The main thing is our SL, which we want to save from SL hunts. Okay. And this wick is also a part of the base, because you can see over here this wick goes above, so this can also be our SL hunt, part of the SL. Yeah, it's 21, and then the whole zone become 43 pips. Okay, so for H4, like 30 to 40 pips of SL is okay, but yeah, let's go for this short over here and just above this. Okay, and we need to target 1 to 2. So this is our 1 to 2. By the way, this was perfect, but this wick it makes this setup bad, but that is fine. We will test it how it works out. Okay, 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 perfect. Even goes further down. That's good. So it was like come and go uh, kind of entry. I think I explained this thing in my Telegram channel multiple times, and there are so many entries which I shared with just tap it and fly to the tippy within no time. So this was also a very nice trade. So this is how you need to mark the zone. The zone marking was really important, which I wanted to explain you guys. And for the buy side, I also explain, you see over here. So this is your SNRC2 buy. How you need to mark the zone? First, you need to put the line over here. This is your resistance. So you put the line over here. This is your resistance, and what will be your base? So base is when the market come back inside and broke this resistance. So this becomes drop, and this is the base, and then rally. So that base is your again support, and this is really important to mark. So always mark it like this, and then mark this rectangle as your whole zone. So this is your zone for SNRC2. This is how you need to mark the zone, and these zones become very perfect, and sometimes it will give you very sharp entries. There's nothing sharp entry exists there. You just follow the rules and entry become sharp. I always say this to my friends as well. I'm not giving a mentorship to anyone, but I explain things to my friends and in my circle. So, and they always find sharp entries so many times. Why? Because they just follow the rules. When you follow the rules, the entry become always a sharp entry. So explain things in very detail and how to mark the zone. That is really important where the most trader fails. So I think I deserve subscribe to my channel, like and comment, and also have joined my channel, so they can join my channel. I explain things, I shared with the proper detail why I'm marking the zone of the zone and why I'm taking the trade. So I put it in very detail. See over roadblock here, I marked it and the market flies from here. So roadblocks, I will also explain you what kind of roadblocks we need to consider. And I think, yeah, I hope, yeah. So this is the marking which I shared, and it act exactly like this. Not this one. It So this was the marking I shared, and it reacts exactly like this. It came down, and this, from the roadblock, it flies back in. So I think there is a video as well on my TikTok, exactly on this which I shared over here. I think GBP odd or Euro odd, yeah, something like that. So I shared setups like this on Telegram channel. It's still free, so you are free to join. And thank you for watching. Next video will come soon. Like, share and subscribe for the next video. I will see how what will be the response on this one, so I will create the other one very soon. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.